Thank you for your patience as I share these thoughts with you. It's something I've been reflecting on lately, and I believe it's really important to consider. In the words of a famous poet from Latin America, Khalil Gibran, in his book The Prophet, there's a beautiful line that says, "Give thanks for another day of loving." And I think that's a profound reminder. NGUYENHUYHOANG, a beloved Vietnamese author, once translated this sentiment as, "Thank life for every morning we wake up, for each new day we have to love." This idea made me think, why should we be grateful each morning? Why should we feel thankful just to wake up and see another day? It's because when we wake up, we are reminded of the preciousness of life. The fact that we're still alive, that we can still see the faces of our loved ones, and that we're still capable of doing meaningful things. This is something that we often take for granted. Our lives are fragile, and more often than not, they are not entirely in our hands. It's a delicate balance between fate and circumstance. In fact, the more we reflect, the more we realize just how small and fragile we are in this vast universe. Life could slip away from us at any moment. Think of the words of Trinh Công Son, the renowned Vietnamese songwriter, in his song Gle Thiên Thu. He wrote, "Life and death are as fragile as the grass on the mountain." We've all been proud of human civilization, our technological advances, our intellectual pursuits, and all the achievements we've made. But when the pandemic hit, everything changed. We witnessed the rapid rise of the death tolls, and each day brought new heartbreaking news. Ambulance sirens passing by our homes, day after day, carrying those we knew, friends, family, neighbors. It shook us all to our core. In moments like these, it's easy to become overwhelmed by fear and uncertainty. We ask ourselves, will I be next? How much time do I have left? The things we once held dear, money, power, status, do they matter now? Are they worth anything in the face of the inevitable? In reality, they seem to offer little solace. We're confined to our homes, isolated by lockdowns, powerless against a threat we can't control. We're lying in hospital beds, struggling to breathe, and the only thing we long for is a simple life. To be healthy, to be with our loved ones, to have a normal day again. We come to a painful realization that life isn't about accumulating wealth, becoming famous, or climbing the ladder of success. It's not about titles or power. Life is about living deeply, experiencing the miracles that nature offers, and savoring the relationships that bring us joy. It's about living a meaningful life, one that's truly rich in love and purpose. Yet, somewhere along the way, we've forgotten this. We've gotten so caught up in the tools of life that we've lost sight of the true purpose. Only now, in the face of crisis, are we waking up to that fact. Trân Nhân Tông, a wise Buddhist master, once shared an important lesson. The key to happiness in life is to live in harmony with the flow of life, letting things come and go without attachment. Don't hold on to what is past. Don't anxiously wait for what's to come. Instead, live fully in the present moment. I believe these words carry a lot of wisdom. We must not waste time clinging to the past or worrying about the future. We have to live in the here and now, embracing every moment with gratitude. In doing so, we connect with the beauty of life that's happening all around us, right at this moment. It's only when we truly appreciate these simple things, the way the sun shines, the sound of birds singing, the joy of a shared meal, that we can feel the depth of life. The Buddha also taught that the key to living fully is to be grounded in the present. He said, "If you live in the present moment without dwelling in the past or worrying about the future, you will find peace." It's as if he is inviting us to find comfort in the present, knowing that every moment is precious. Those who are able to stay grounded in the present, who live each day with awareness and mindfulness, are the ones who can live with a deep sense of fulfillment. And so we find that the secret to living meaningfully is found in the present. When we live fully in the present, we feel a deep sense of connection to the world around us. This connection brings peace, a sense of joy, and fulfillment. It allows us to truly appreciate the things that are most important in life, like our health, our loved ones, and our ability to contribute to the world. We realize that these simple, everyday blessings are what make life truly rich. And so, it's crucial to remind ourselves that life is not just about the big achievements, the accolades, or the material possessions. Life is about living each moment to its fullest. It's about being present with ourselves and the world around us. It's about making each day meaningful, one step at a time. But the question remains, how can we truly live in the present moment, especially when so many of our habits and routines are centered on distractions, on constantly looking outside ourselves for something to do, something to achieve, something to acquire? The pandemic has taken many things from us, but it's also gifted us with something invaluable. It's forced us to slow down, to stop, and to look deeply at what's around us, to reflect on our lives in ways we may never have done before. The world has paused, and so have we. And in this pause, we've been invited to reconnect with the present, to engage deeply with what is right in front of us. This brings me to an important practice, mindfulness. Specifically, mindfulness meditation, or Vipassana, which is a practice that teaches us to observe the present moment with full awareness. Through this practice, we learn to be fully present with whatever we're experiencing, whether it's something as simple as the sound of our breath, or something as complex as our emotions in response to a stressful situation. Mindfulness isn't just about meditation, it's a way of life, a lens through which we see and interact with the world around us. There are three key aspects of mindfulness practice that can guide us in living more fully in the present. The first is simply paying attention to what we're experiencing. When we're caught up in the busyness of life, we often miss the details, the subtle experiences that make up the richness of each moment. When we pause and truly pay attention, we begin to notice the things we usually overlook. The warmth of the sun on our skin, the way the trees sway in the wind, the joy of a conversation with a friend. These small moments hold so much meaning, yet we often rush past them. The second aspect is understanding how we react to what we experience. As we go through life, our reactions, our thoughts, our feelings shape how we experience each moment. Sometimes, we get caught in negative patterns of thinking. We react with judgment, frustration, or anxiety, and these reactions cloud our ability to see the present clearly. Mindfulness invites us to observe these reactions without getting caught up in them. Instead of reacting automatically, we pause, observe, and choose how to respond. This doesn't mean suppressing our feelings. It means becoming aware of them and choosing how we engage with them. The third aspect is developing a sense of acceptance, a willingness to be with what is. Life doesn't always unfold the way we expect or want it to. Things change and challenges arise. When we practice mindfulness, we cultivate an attitude of acceptance, not resistance. This doesn't mean we don't take action or work to improve our circumstances, but it does mean that we learn to be at peace with what we can't control. We accept that life is full of uncertainty, and we allow ourselves to be present with whatever arises in the moment, without judgment or frustration. These practices are not just theoretical, they're practical tools we can use in our daily lives. Even in the midst of a pandemic, we can practice mindfulness by taking time to check in with ourselves, to notice our thoughts and feelings, and to engage with the world around us with full awareness. We can practice mindfulness when we're eating, walking, or talking to someone. It's about being present in whatever we're doing, no matter how mundane or routine it may seem. If you think about it, life is really made up of these small, everyday moments. The way we breathe, the way we move through space, the way we interact with the people we love. These moments are the fabric of life. And when we live with mindfulness, we begin to see the beauty in these ordinary moments. They're not just passing time, they're opportunities to live fully. Mindfulness also helps us to live more consciously. Instead of reacting to life on autopilot, we make deliberate choices. We decide how we want to show up in the world, how we want to engage with others, and how we want to contribute to the greater good. This brings us back to the idea that life isn't about achieving external goals. It's about living with purpose and intention. Each moment is a chance to align our actions with our values, to live in a way that reflects who we truly are. The pandemic has reminded us that the most important things in life are often the simplest ones. Our health, our relationships, our ability to be present with what's happening around us. These are the true treasures of life. And yet, how often do we take them for granted? How often do we neglect our own well-being or let our relationships slip because we're too caught up in the hustle and bustle of life? By practicing mindfulness, we're invited to slow down, to be present, and to truly appreciate the moments that make up our lives. We're reminded that life is fleeting, that every day is a gift, and that the only time we truly have is the present. We can't change the past, and we can't predict the future, but we can choose to live fully in the now. As we continue to navigate this uncertain time, let's hold on to the lessons we've learned. Let's cherish our health, our relationships, and the small moments that bring us joy. Let's live with intention, with purpose, and with gratitude for the simple things that make life worth living. The truth is, the pandemic has shown us just how fragile life is. It's also shown us how resilient we can be. Even in the face of uncertainty, we can find peace by being present, by focusing on what truly matters, and by embracing the flow of life with an open heart. As we reflect on all that has happened, there's an undeniable truth. Life is unpredictable, and we can't control the future. But what we can control is how we choose to live right now. And in this moment, we have the power to decide how we show up in the world. The pandemic has shown us that the things we once considered essential, money, success, material possessions, aren't the things that ultimately sustain us through tough times. It's our tatwis. We've all experienced some form of loss during this period, whether it's the loss of loved ones, opportunities, or the loss of normalcy. But in every loss, there is also a lesson, and the lesson is this: life is fleeting, and we must appreciate it while we can. We may not have control over when our time will come, but we do have control over how we live in the meantime. One of the most powerful lessons I've learned is the importance of living with gratitude. Gratitude isn't just a fleeting feeling or something we practice when life is going well. It's a mindset, a way of being. When we choose to live with gratitude, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. We start to appreciate the simple things. Living with gratitude doesn't mean we ignore the struggles we face. It doesn't mean we pretend that everything is okay when it's not. It means we acknowledge our challenges while also recognizing the gifts we still have in our lives. It means finding the silver lining in every situation, no matter how difficult it may seem. And when we approach life with this time, another lesson that this time has taught us is the importance of connection. We've spent much of the last few years physically distanced from one another, yet our emotional and spiritual connections have never been more important. Whether it's a phone call to a loved one, a video chat with a friend, or even just a quiet moment spent in the presence of those we care about, these connections nourish our souls. In times of hardship, it's the people around us who provide the support, love, and strength we need to keep going. And while the pandemic may have forced us to rethink how we connect with others, it has also shown us the value of human interaction. The relationships we cultivate, whether they are family, friends, or even strangers, are the foundation of our well-being. We need each other, now more than ever. It's in these connections that we find hope, understanding, and comfort. Even when we are physically apart, our hearts remain connected. Living in the present also means accepting that life will never be perfect. We often place so much pressure on ourselves to have everything figured out, to be successful, to have all the answers, to never make mistakes. But the reality is, life is messy. It's unpredictable. It's full of both joy and pain, and that's okay. What matters is how we respond to these moments. When we live with acceptance and mindfulness, we free ourselves from the burden of perfection. We allow ourselves to experience life fully, without fear or judgment. We also have to recognize that life isn't just about us. It's about the impact we have on others, the way we contribute to the greater good, and the legacy we leave behind. Even in times of uncertainty, we can make a difference. We can be kind to others, offer support, and spread positivity. We can find small ways to contribute, whether it's through our work, our relationships, or simply the way we treat those around us. When we live with this awareness, we begin to understand that our actions matter. They ripple out into the world, creating a wave of kindness, understanding, and compassion. Every small act of kindness, every thoughtful word, every helping hand contributes to the collective good. And in the end, that is what gives life meaning, the way we touch the lives of others. Finally, let's not forget the importance of self-compassion. In a world that often encourages us to push ourselves harder, achieve more, and be perfect, it's easy to forget that we deserve kindness too. We are not robots. We are human beings with flaws, limitations, and dreams. And that's okay. We must be gentle with ourselves. We must give ourselves permission to rest, to make mistakes, and to simply be. Self-compassion allows us to approach life with a sense of balance. It helps us forgive ourselves for past mistakes, embrace our imperfections, and take care of our well-being. When we treat ourselves with compassion, we are better equipped to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace, and we are more capable of showing kindness to others. So, as we move forward, let us remember that life is a gift. Every moment is an opportunity to live deeply, to connect with those we love, to contribute to the world around us, and to find joy in the present. The past is gone, the future is uncertain, but right now we have the power to make this moment count. Let's embrace the beauty of life, even in its imperfections. Let's practice gratitude, mindfulness, and self-compassion. And let's remember that no matter what challenges we face, we are never alone. We are all in this together. And together we can find peace, purpose, and happiness in the present moment. Thank you for listening. Let's continue to live each day with intention, with love, and with gratitude,